Okay. Hello, I'm Alejandro and I'm going to talk about why the tropical dry forest biome is important. First of all, corn, beans and tomatoes are grown in the lands of the tropical dry forest, so then they can be exported to nations all over the world so they can consume them. Then, the tropical dry forest is the home of many species of animals such as deer, large cats, parrots, monkeys, and different types of rodents and birds. Also, the tropical dry forest is the home of many animals that migrate here because of the winter so they can survive the cold weather. Finally, the tropical dry forest is important because humans get resources from this forest. We need resources to be so the humankind can survive, but we need to save these resources so future generations of the humankind can thrive and develop their own generation. That's why we need to stop damaging the tropical dry forest and start saving it.
Availability is considered a key factor for the regeneration, survival, and growth of seedling communities. However, many tropical dry forest species show the ability to adapt to low water soil availability. Therefore, the root-to-shoot ratio is much larger in the tropical dry forest plants than in those of rainforests. In some tropical dry forests, consistent correlations among some composition and structure characteristics of seedlings and various soil properties were found between the number of individuals and the species richness of tree seedlings and the phosphorus content. Seedlings of different species differ only in their response to the ability of nutrients. In a tropical dry forest in Chamela, Mexico, it was found that fast-growing species required high availability of nutrients, light, and phosphorus, and received little or no benefit from mycorrhizae fungi. This species also presented a forked root pattern which was associated to the exploration and use of areas with high availability of resources. Meanwhile, a tropical dry forest in Yucatan, Mexico reported that seedling species richness and survival increased after fertilizer application in different stages of regeneration. These differences determine to a great extent the level of success of the tropical dry forest species.
During the wet season, temperatures average about 77 degrees. During the dry seasons, temperatures average about 68 degrees. The temperatures stay high throughout the year because of the latitude where this climate occurs. Areas near the equator receive constant direct sunlight and therefore heat. The slight difference in temperature is enough to change the wind patterns and keep this area dry for much of the year until the winds shift and the rainy season begins. The change in precipitation is what gives this climate type its name. Precipitation only falls during the summer months, usually from May to August, with June and July having the heaviest rain. The whole dry season usually has less than 4 inches of rain. During the wet season, at least 25 inches will fall. Some areas of the tropical wet and dry in the path of monsoon winds can receive incredible amount of rain. Cherpunji, India once received over 1,000 inches of rain in a year. Northern Madagascar has a record for rain in one day, 71 inches. Mausinram, India is known as the wettest place on earth because of the average 467 inches of rain per year. These incredible rainfall records are due to seasonal wind change monsoon, which bring dangerous amount of rain.
Trees native to the tropical dry forest are ebony, teak, bamboo, and fig trees. The tropical dry forest is home to the desnuda tree, also known as the naked Indian, and to the acacia tree. Large animals such as the white rhino and the giraffe live in this biome. Well, the majority of the mammals in the world's dry forest tend to be smaller, such as monkeys, pumas, jaguars, deers, squirrels, and rodents. Birds play an important part in the ecosystem. Common insects include several species of ants, beetles, and termites. The tropical rainforest contains a large number of chameleon species as well as the world's most endangered tortoise.
The tropical dry forest is found on the ecoregion of the Mexican Pacific coast, from Sinaloa and the southern region of Baja California to Guatemala, including the dry forest of Jalisco, Balsas, Bajío, and the Chiapas Depression, and also the tropical dry forest of Sierra de la Laguna.
Tropical dry forest is affected by air and water pollution produced from industrial and commercial activities. Besides the pollution caused by oil spills, toxic byproducts, and mining accidents, rainforests are seriously degrading by air pollution. Acid rain has been increasing in recent decades due to growing industrialization and subsequent air pollution. It has already caused severe problems in temperate forests. Industrial emissions that contribute to acid rain have decreased, although vehicle emissions are still a problem. Increased deforestation, wood burning, and agricultural development contributes to air pollution, soil erosion, and water ground pollution in many forest biomes. Fertilizers and pesticides used in agricultural areas adjacent to forests can take a toll on forest wildlife, including critical pollinators and seed dispersers. Biodiversity suffers and species become extinct. The high productivity during the rainy seasons, coupled with relief from rains during the dry seasons, makes this a favorable environment for humans and domestic stock. So much of the zone has been cleared and developed for pastureland as well as agriculture. Dry forests vary from largely extirpated to still extensive, depending on the geographic region, but in some regions they are more endangered than rainforests.
Fortunately, many species are also endangered, such as the orange-necked partridge, the black and tawny seedeater, and the lesser florican. Common